For thousands of years, the world was powered by people and animals. But in 1712, everything changed with the invention of the steam engine. In this video, we're going to look at how this invention changed the world and helped start the Industrial Revolution. Before the Industrial Revolution, life was hard. You had to make your own clothes and tools by hand. Farming was hard, and if you were in a city, you likely lived in poverty and had no clean water or good medical care. Steam engines would change all that. But who invented it? The first crude steam engines had been invented 200 years earlier by Greek and Chinese inventors, but those engines couldn't do much. They were just toys that moved when heated. The first practical steam engine was invented by a British inventor named Thomas Newcomen in 1712. It was called a Newcomen engine. It wasn't very efficient, but it could pump water out of mines, which was useful because before steam engines, miners had to pump water out of the mines by hand. This took a long time and was hard work. So the steam engine saved miners a lot of effort. So how does a steam engine work? Well, basically, it's a machine that converts heat energy into motion. Or to put it another way, it's a machine that burns fuel to create movement. The basic principle behind the steam engine was first discovered by watching a kettle of water boil. When water boils, it creates steam, which causes pressure to build up under the lid. And when the pressure is released, the lid goes up. Newcomen realized that this could be used to power a machine. His first engine used a piston, a hollow cylindrical piece of metal that moves up and down inside a larger cylinder. As the piston moves up and down, it turns a crankshaft, which can be used to power anything you want. To start the process, water was poured into a boiler, which created steam. Steam built up pressure and pushed against the piston, causing it to move up. Then the steam was released, and the weight of the piston made it move back down. Each time the piston moved up, it turned the crankshaft, which could be connected to a pump or other machine. Although the steam engine was crude and inefficient, it was an important invention. It showed that machines could be powered by steam and not by people or animals. This would have a huge impact on the world. But it wasn't quite the steam engine that everyone was imagining. What would make the steam engine famous was its improved efficiency. The man who did this was James Watt, a Scottish inventor and engineer. He took Newcomen's design and improved it greatly. Watt's improvements were so significant that he is often credited with inventing the steam engine, even though he didn't. He did, however, invent many things that are now an integral part of steam engines, including the separate condenser. This innovation allowed the engine to use superheated steam, which increased its efficiency. Another innovation was Watt's use of a double-acting piston, which allowed the engine to harness the power of steam as it both expanded and condensed. These innovations, along with others, made Watt's steam engine much more efficient than Newcomen's. It could do twice as much work with half the fuel. The impact of this was enormous. Steam engines soon powered factories, mines, and transportation systems. The improved steam engine was the driving force of the Industrial Revolution, a period of rapid technological advancement that began in Britain in the late 18th century and spread to the rest of Europe and North America. During this time, goods could be produced much more quickly and cheaply with machines powered by steam. This led to an increase in production and wealth for many, but it also led to new social problems like pollution and poverty. Another impact of the steam engine was the rise of railways and steamships. In 1804, an English engineer named Richard Trevithick built the first steam locomotive. Soon after, steam locomotives were being used to haul goods and then people. This led to the creation of the first railroads. And in 1807, a British inventor named George Stephenson built the first steam locomotive that could run on rails. This was called the rocket. It could travel at a speed of 24 miles per hour, which was much faster than any horse-drawn carriage. The same year, the first public railway line opened in England. Soon, railways were being built all over Europe and North America. And with them came the need for a faster, more efficient engine. Enter James Watt. Watt partnered with railroad pioneer John Burley to create a new engine that could power trains. This engine was used to power the first passenger train in 1825. This was an important moment in history. It marked the beginning of modern transportation. Before this time, most people traveled by horse or on foot. But now there was a faster, more efficient way to travel. In addition to railways, Steam power also led to the development of steamships. The first commercially successful steamboat was the Clermont, which was built in 1807 by an American inventor named Robert Fulton. Steamboats were an important innovation because they could travel on rivers and canals. This made it possible to transport goods and people much more quickly. For example, it took 5 days to travel from New York to Boston by stagecoach, but only 2 days by steamboat. There are still steam engines in use today, mostly in large power plants that generate electricity. Although they are not as common as they once were, they remain an important part of our energy infrastructure. And it all started with a simple idea. If you like this video, check out my channel.